Hello and welcome back, everybody, to today's March 5th Operational Services Committee meeting. I am your chair, Councillor Chris Thiessen, and I'm joined here today in-house with Councillor Grantberg, Mayor Clayton, and online with Councillor Blackmore as part of the committee. So we'll call the meeting to order, and we'll move right into reports. Oh, all right. We've got to do some things a little different now. All right. I would move that I would look for a motion to approve the agenda as presented, or if there are any changes as amended.
So moved.
Thank you very much, Mayor Clayton. I'll call this to question.
Mayor Clayton in favor.
And that makes it official. All right. Thank you very much. Moving right along into reports, I'll turn it over to Chief Glavin for a service area update. Chief Glavin.
Thank you, Chair Thiessen. We'll start off in engineering services. We've recently posted tenders for the Lakeland Culvert Replacement Program, as well as the 2024 Sidewalk Rehabilitation Phase 1, and the RFP for the design of the Bear River Control Structure Armoring. We've recently closed the tender for the Phase 1 of the Road Overlay Program, and held the most recent Stormwater Information Center session on February 27th. In facilities and energy, we have planning underway for the Home and Garden Show, as well as the residential seat program has had 29 applications today, and has for projects valued at over $700,000. And marketing for year 2 will begin May 1st. In transportation, crews are actively participating in snow removal, with residential clearing currently on the Tuesday rotation of week A. Priority 1 and 2 blading were completed on time, and crews are currently working on hauling windrows along priority 2 routes. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that update, Chief Glavin. I'll turn it over to committee. I'll look online first. I don't see Councillor Blackmore's hand going up, but I do see Councillor Berg's.
Yeah, thank you, Chair Thiessen. And Chief, just kind of curious, with the Lakeshore Culvert, I know that we had some discussions last summer, fall, around provincial approvals. I'm assuming that those have been cleared now?
Thanks, Chair Thiessen. I'd have to confirm, but I believe they will have been by the time the project goes in the spring.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for that question, Councillor Berg. See the mayor subtly nodding her head no. She's okay. So we'll move right on to our next report, which is item 4.2, the Municipal Food Waste Diversion Program. And I'll look to Chief Glavin again to introduce this.
Thanks, Chair Thiessen. So Council received a presentation from Food Cycle Science last fall. Council directed administration to bring back information from Aquaterra, as well as impacts and outcomes and procurement. Administration is recommending that the committee receive this report for information. And with that, I'll turn it over to Mr. DeVries for the details.
Thanks for that introduction, Chief Glavin, and welcome, Mr. DeVries.
Thanks, Chair Thiessen. As introduced by Chief Glavin, last fall a delegation from Food Cycle Science presented information on their Food Cycler, which is a powered composter for indoor use. It's one of many powered composters available on the market. The Food Cycler works by drying out food overnight, effectively reducing the volume and weight of that food waste by about 90%. Food Cycle Science does offer a municipal program. It's a pilot program that runs for 12 weeks, starting with residents purchasing a Food Cycler unit at a subsidized rate. Participants then use that unit for 12 weeks and record data such as the number of cycles they're using it per week. Administration conducted municipal research and found that the municipal program from Food Cycler is certainly favored by municipalities that are either dealing with existing capacity constraints at their landfill, or favored by municipalities that do not have a landfill and must pay to transport waste away from their communities. Of course, within Grande Prairie, food waste is handled through Aquaterra's solid waste management system. They operate a bioreactor landfill, which of course enables methane gas production that's used to help run their nearby facilities. A key element in the report is that administration was advised by Aquaterra that they are currently awaiting results of a feasibility study that is looking at organic composting. The study is likely to provide insights on a potential expansion incorporating organic composting, inclusive of curbside food waste options for residents. In addition to that, the City of Grande Prairie does offer a food waste program. It's called the vermicomposting program. It's managed through the Environment and Parks Department. Vermicomposting is the process of composting organic waste using red wiggler worms. The program itself extends as a complementary educational program that's offered in schools and to community organizations, which is conducted free of charge. And then the department also does offer occasional sessions that are open to the public for a nominal fee of $20. And that fee allows participants to leave the session with their own vermicomposting bin, complete with soil and the worms. In speaking with procurement, given the market's diversity and the availability of many vendors of these plug-in composters, a direct award might be unlikely viable option if the program were to extend, say, beyond the pilot phase. So in summary, there are existing food waste programs within the city. Of course, Aquaterra's bioreactor landfill and administration's vermicomposting program. Again, key item in the report is that Aquaterra is awaiting results of a feasibility study regarding curbside organic compost that will likely shape the direction of food waste options for residents in the future. So with that, administration recommends that the Operational Services Committee receive this report for information.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Mr. DeVries, for that report. I do have two members in the queue. I think I'll start online here. Go ladies first. Councillor Blackmore.
Thank you, Chair Thiessen. Mr. DeVries, it's quite likely that this report may want to come back at a later date when Aquaterra has moved their study forward. So if we accept it for information today, there's nothing preventing it from coming back again in the future. That's a question.
Mr. DeVries?
Through Chair Thiessen, it is something that we can discuss. Obviously, we would await those results of Aquaterra's feasibility study and then either present that information or perhaps have them come forward to present that information in the future, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for your question, Councillor Blackmore. I'll go to Councillor Burke.
Thank you, Chair Thiessen, and thank you, Mr. DeVries, for the report. As you mentioned, there are a number of other retailers that also offer the same product. I guess for me, this is maybe more for procurement than for City Council. I guess for me personally, I just have no appetite for subsidizing any program like this. So I appreciate your time that you put into it. I'll accept it for information, but just something that I think might be out of our scope. Thanks.
Thank you for your comments, Councillor Berg. I don't see anybody else's hands go up. I'll just make a comment. I was really excited when I saw the title on the agenda because I completely forgot that this was the program that was being initiated. I'm like, oh, how are we going to get the grocery stores through policy to donate more food to the people who need it? And then I started going through and I was like, oh yeah, there's that. And then I was like, well, what about our vermicomposting program, which is actually quite awesome. And a lot of people take it up, especially on Earth Day. And for the $20 cost that it costs to our residents is already a subsidized way for people to get involved into creating healthy soils for themselves through composting. So I really appreciate the time that you and your staff put into this report. I don't think I was a big fan of this. Not that I'm not a fan of people finding alternative ways to compost and stuff, but it's nice to know that we're already doing the good work and we're offering at a really subsidized cost, so it doesn't have to come out of our banks or our residents' banks. So thanks for the time that you put into this, and I'll look for a motion from our committee members. Councillor Blackmore.
I'd move that we accept the report for information.
That motion is in order. I'll see if there's any discussion on that. Seeing none, call the question. And that motion carries. Thank you so much, Mr. DeVries. Have yourself a glorious day. And I'll turn the table back towards Chief Glavin for our outstanding items list.
Thank you, Chair Thiessen. We'll start off with item 1291, entrance signs. We're looking to move this to Q2. Administration was recently invited to a meeting of service clubs at the end of March, and we'd like to include the results of that meeting in the report. And just due to timelines, we wouldn't be able to hit it until April, so we plan to bring back that early April. Item 1289, municipal food waste diversion, we heard today and was received for information. Item 1292, decommissioning playgrounds. We would also like to move this to early Q2. Some of the corporate services required to put this report together have been allocated to stormwater, and as such, just haven't been able to make this a priority, so we'll be looking to bring that back in early Q2 as well.
All right. Well, thank you for those updates, Chief Glavin. I'll look to committee for any questions. I'll have Councillor Blackmore first.
No, I have no questions.
Oh, okay. Would you like to do business, or should I hand it over to Councillor Burke?
Councillor Bird can do the business.
Oh, you're such a gentlewoman. Thank you very much, Councillor Blackmore. Councillor Burke.
Thanks, Chair Thiessen. I would like to move committee receive the March 5th outstanding items list as amended for information.
That motion is in order. Call to question. And that motion carries. All right. Sorry, we went right to the white screen. And with that, that would...
I have one other item.
that would almost adjourn our meeting, and I'll turn it over to Mayor Clayton.
Thanks, Chair Thiessen. Although the outstanding items list was received for information, I had a question for Chief Glavin in regards to item 1299. The outdoor cover structure item, coming back to Q2 for conversation. And I guess I'm curious of administration's understanding of what council's looking for in that report. We haven't had subsequent conversations. I'm wondering if council's wanting administration to actually spend some time and money on this, bringing it back in Q2, or if your understanding was that it's further down the road and maybe it's actually a budget discussion.
Chief Glavin.
Thanks, Chair Thiessen. In order to fulfill the outstanding item here, administration will need to go out for the cost estimates externally. So with that, we'd have to put out a bid for that. We're expecting to get accurate cost estimates will be fairly expensive, north of $40,000-$50,000 by the time they do design and some initial cost estimations for that. So if there was no other direction, that would be administration's direction at this time to do so.
Okay. So I guess that's my question to council. That interpretation is what council, or this committee rather, is expecting that administration is going to go out, spend some money, come back with options for construction, or is there further consideration?
That is a good question, Mayor Clayton. I do have Councillor Blackmore in the queue to respond or ask another question. Councillor Blackmore.
Did we not take this item out of the budget?
It's left in the budget unfunded.
Chief Glavin?
Go ahead.
Glavin?
Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah, thank you, Chair Thiessen. So yes, it was taken out of the budget, although there is some additional funding that was not taken out of the budget, but was reallocated to this program that would be used for the purposes of doing the cost estimates.
Okay. Thank you for that.
I personally...
Yeah, go to town, Councillor Blackmore.
Okay, thank you, Chair Thiessen. I personally have no appetite to move this forward.
All right, thank you for that. Mayor Clayton.
Just a question for the CFO. My understanding is it's still a budget line with no allocated dollars, correct?
Chief Whiteway.
That is correct. I believe we put it, I'll look up the year just to be certain, but no, it is still identified in the plan without a funding source.
Well, how does that work? So I guess the question comes to committee here now. I know that Councillor Blackmore has already stated her wish to not carry forward with this. Mayor Clayton has said that it is still unfunded, and that was confirmed by Chief Whiteway. Do we keep this on the outstanding items list? Is this a goal for council to move forward, or is committee here today open to maybe removing it from the outstanding items list and or funding it on the outstanding items list? Mayor Clayton.
Sorry, thanks, Chair Thiessen. Or the other option would be to defer this to budget deliberations.
Yeah, or that option too, which I think the mayor offered right off the hop here. Councillor Burke.
Yeah, thanks, Chair Thiessen. I'd actually like to see this move forward and have further discussions down the road.
So I'll ask the city clerk. This outstanding items list has been received as presented. If there was direction that committee wanted to see and a change in that regards, if Councillor Berg is suggesting that a motion to defer this item to budget deliberations, it would remove it from this outstanding items list. So what is your suggestion in regards to the process?
Ms. Van Beekveld.
Thank you, through the chair. I would just recommend that you just make a motion to defer it, and then we can move it, and then you would just approve the outstanding items list next time, and with it gone off of there.
So is that your motion? Yeah.
Yeah, I can take a hint. I like that.
And then it stays in the budget there for you too, Councillor Berg, and we can move forward with it if that's the will of council come budget time. So if that is the case, I believe I'm hearing Councillor Berg's motion is to refer this item to the 2025 budget deliberations, or 2024 budget deliberations for 2025.
Yes, thank you.
All right, that motion is in order. Any discussion or debate on that? Seeing none, I'll call the question.
Councillor Blackmore in favor.
In favor.
And that motion carries unanimously. Perfect. Thank you for that bit of business there, Mayor Clayton. Any further business here? Seeing a gentle shake of the heads, I will call this meeting adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today.